Okay, let's talk about one of the biggest decisions you have to make when you're building, well, anything. The database. It's the foundation, right? And in the world of NoSQL, two names just keep coming up: AWS DynamoDB and MongoDB. So we're going to break it all down and figure out which one is the right tool for your job.
And look, this isn't just some abstract technical debate. The choice you make here is going to impact how fast you can build, how well you can scale, and yeah, even how much you're going to spend. So what's it going to be for that next big idea you've got cooking? That's exactly what we're here to figure out. But hang on, before we throw DynamoDB and MongoDB into the ring, we've got to ask, why are we even having this conversation? The answer, it turns out, is a massive shift in how we build and scale apps for the modern web. For decades, SQL was king of the castle. Super structured, super reliable, and awesome if you wanted to ask your data all sorts of complicated questions on the fly. But it had a weakness. It scaled vertically. That means when you needed more power, you had to buy a bigger, beefier, and way more expensive server. NoSQL just completely flipped that idea on its head. It's built for compute and scales horizontally, spreading the load across lots of cheaper machines, perfect for the insane scale of today's internet. All right, first up, let's talk about DynamoDB. This is the hometown hero of the AWS world. If your entire stack lives on Amazon Web Services, then DynamoDB is basically your built-in powerhouse. Now, pay attention to those two magic words, fully managed and serverless. What does that actually mean? It means you don't think about servers. You don't think about patching or maintenance or any of that operational stuff. You just create a table and you start throwing data at it. Amazon handles literally everything else, and they promise it'll be screaming fast no matter how huge you get.
So really, DynamoDB is all about making your life easier. It removes the headaches. That deep native integration with other AWS services, like Lambda, it's seamless. It just works. And if you need to build a global application, its global tables feature lets you replicate your data across the world with just a few clicks. It's kind of wild. And in the other corner, we've got MongoDB. If DynamoDB is the integrated native, then MongoDB is the flexible, run-anywhere champion. It's famous for its incredibly powerful and developer-friendly data model. So MongoDB thinks in documents. Basically, it uses something called BSON, which is like a super-powered binary version of JSON. This is a huge deal because it means the data in your database can look exactly like the objects in your code. Developers love this. And that flexibility, that's its superpower. Your data structure can change and evolve over time without causing a massive migraine. And this right here is the heart of it. While DynamoDB is designed for simple, known access patterns, MongoDB is built for complexity. You can ask it all sorts of crazy, deep questions right inside the database itself. Plus, it has something called multi-document ACID transactions, which is a fancy way of saying if you're doing something complex, like a bank transfer with multiple steps, it guarantees that either all the steps happen or none of them do. Your data stays perfectly consistent. It's a dream come true for apps where you don't know every question you'll need to ask your data from day one.
Okay, the introductions are over. Time for the main event. Let's put DynamoDB and MongoDB right next to each other and really dig into the differences that matter.
So it really all begins with the data model. At its heart, DynamoDB is a key value store. This is what makes it unbelievably fast when you're just looking something up by its ID. MongoDB, on the other hand, is a pure document database, giving you way more flexibility to cram complex, nested data into a single record.
Now, what about scaling? Both of these can handle absolutely massive traffic, but they go about it differently. With DynamoDB, scaling is this magical black box that's completely managed by AWS. It just works. You don't have to think about it. MongoDB scales using a technique called sharding, where you split your data across many servers. You can automate it for sure, especially with their Atlas Cloud service, but it's still a concept you have to understand and manage.
Oh, this is a big one, a really big one. DynamoDB only exists on AWS, period. If you choose it, you are tying your wagon to the Amazon ecosystem. MongoDB gives you freedom. You can run it on your own servers, or you can run it on AWS, or Google Cloud, or Azure. That multi-cloud flexibility is a massive strategic advantage that you really need to think about. So let's just lay it all out there. This table is basically the whole story. Just look at the differences here. Max document size, DynamoDB gives you 400 kilobytes. MongoDB gives you 16 megabytes. That's a huge difference. And the query language,
super limited and key-focused in DynamoDB versus rich and complex in MongoDB. This table really says it all. It's a battle between managed simplicity and flexible power. Okay, so after all that, we're back to the big question, which one is right for you? Because look, it's not about which database is better in a vacuum. It's about which one is the perfect fit for what you're trying to build. Let's get right to it. When is DynamoDB the clear hands-down winner for your project? Simple. If you are living and breathing the AWS ecosystem, if your queries are basic stuff like get this user by their user ID, and if your number one goal is to never ever think about managing a server again, DynamoDB is an amazing choice. For those insane, massive scale events, like a Black Friday flash sale or a global gaming leaderboard, its managed scaling is an absolute lifesaver.
All right, so what about the other side of the coin? When does MongoDB step up and take the crown?
Well, if you're building something like a big content management system or an e-commerce store with all kinds of product filters, or really any app where you need to ask complex questions of your data, MongoDB is your guy. If you know your data model is going to change, or if you want to keep your options open and not get locked into one cloud provider, MongoDB gives you that critical freedom. You know, at the end of the day, it's easy to get lost in all the tech jargon. But we have to remember this. The goal here isn't to pick the coolest, newest technology. The goal is to pick the tool that solves your problem and just plain works, so you can get back to building amazing things for your users. And there you have it, a tale of two of the most powerful NoSQL databases out there. One gives you that effortless, managed simplicity. The other gives you incredible, flexible power. The choice of foundation is up to you. So the only question left is, what are you going to build?